So see what happens when I'm not watching. So this was an upgrade from Windows 10 to a Windows 11. And you see it went through. And that's perfectly fine. But what I wanted to show you here is see if I can find it now, because I'm not as quick on this one as I am on Windows 10. So I'm in the owner, all apps, account, control panel works because it'll take me to where I gotta go. And we want to look at user accounts, and it should take me over to, yep, and there, look, it says local account from a Windows 10 upgrade with a local account. So yes, it does. Windows 11 does do local accounts. Now on a fresh install, which will probably be the next video, on a fresh install, I think you have to tell it. But if your computer already has a local account and it upgrades to Windows 11, it will keep the local account so far. So I just want to throw that out there. Alright, so I keep seeing information on the internet that Windows 11 can't do this and can't do that. So this was a tower that was given to us for recycling. I had already pulled out the hard drive and given it back to the client, so they are in current possession of it. I threw in a small little 320 hard drive, and I have loaded up Windows 10. On this flash drive here, there it is the development for Windows 11. So, but something that was noted is if your PC was pre 2017, your computer can't be upgraded. So there is the, can't really see it, I'll take a picture of it, but that is the Dell service tag, and I'm going to look that information up and see how old this desktop is. This is a Dell Inspiron. It has an Intel Core 2 processor. That could be an i, or it could be a Core 2 processor. I'm not real sure. So we'll pull up the specs and see what we got. Alright, so you can see on the screen, I pulled up the express service tag on the computer in the video, and it says it's a Dell Inspiron 518. Warranty expired back on 2011, so that means it's earlier than that. Usually the warranty is a 1-year warranty, so it's probably a 2010, could be a 2009. But there's the information on it. Let's go look at the specs here, see if we can find something. Diagnostics, service events, parts. Don't want to really do a diagnostics. I do want to find out the details though. Let's see, documentation. Maybe this is where it's at. Usually, makes sense, doesn't it? How to recover the BIOS, manuals, quick reference. You know, the Dell website used to be a lot easier to use. So yeah, it is 2009. So it'll be interesting to see if we can make this upgrade up to the Windows 11, then we know Microsoft is playing games. Parts. Monitors, accessories, yeah. Doot. Well, it's not going to tell us, so I guess I'll have to log into Windows 10 and pull the specs directly. So we can do that. Be right back. Alright, back to recording with the cell phone, okay. So we know this is a Dell 518. Here are the specs. That is an Intel Core 2 quad-core processor. Has 4 gigs of RAM. Windows 10, version 21H1, which is the most current update. It does have a 320 gig hard drive in it. I mean, I can show it, but you'll have to just believe me on that for the moment. But yeah, so this is a quad core from manufacturing date back in 2009, 2010. According to Windows, this should not upgrade, or should Windows 11 should not be able to install on this. Now, I did watch a video earlier saying that there's some hacks around that, and we might have to use that to get that into install. But yeah, we're gonna try. Phone's being touchy. So yep, I've put in the flash drive with Windows 11 on it. It's booted up. Let's see, just out of curiosity, will it actually deny me? Yep, we're gonna install it. Maybe. There it goes. Preparing. Now, remember in the previous video I'd made, I had talked about, everyone was saying that you have to have a Microsoft account with Windows 11. I've already disproven that once. But we're going to see if we can do it from here. This is on an actual real machine. We'll see if it's going to take. Okay, so here's, yep, this is what we were coming across, and this is why they were saying you have to use the hacks. So let me get that information off of the video and see what we can do. Of course, you know, here's the reason why you can't upgrade and it won't tell me. So, all right, so we're going to pause this. I'm going to get that information and we'll go from there. All right, so according to the website, that's the changes you make to your registry file on Windows 10. Those are the changes we made. I would like to thank Bleeping Computer because that's whose video I saw. And of course, that's what I found was Beta News referenced Bleeping Computers in the UK for that suggestion. Where they got the information, I don't know. So we'll see. So let's close this. And let's close that. And let's go try this setup again. And yes. And like I said, I'm using my phone to record this, so if it's shaky, sorry. But I also said in the past I was going to do one from a live computer, and since I have one for recycling, might as well put it to good use. And it serves as a test. Install Windows, absolutely. So we're going to let it get its updates. Check the PC, see if it will install. Must support TPM2, must secure. So it's probably reading the BIOS and say that. So let's give the computer a reboot and try it again, and we'll come to that. I should have known. There was an update running in the background. That might explain everything. So we'll check it here and see. Now, as I've always told everyone, never do a Microsoft account. Remind me in 3 days. All right, flash drive is still plugged in. Maybe it needed to be restarted for the hacks to work, or the edits, I should say. We'll see. It legit might be that it's just the processor is too old. Microsoft has it included in there that, hey, this chip's too old, screw you. But we're going to see. Yeah, because if that's the case, Microsoft is going to tick off a whole bunch of people, forcing millions of older computers to go into the trash when Windows 10 retires. Remember, when you're getting rid of your older computers, bring them to us. We'll recycle them properly. We'll destroy the hard drives, and that way you don't have to worry about identity theft. So it says it's preparing. Taking a little bit longer to load, so hopefully change how updates. Let's do not right now. Checking your PC. Remember, this is Windows 11. It's still in development mode. It's in beta mode at the moment. Yeah, it's just not going to do it. I'll tinker around with this and see if I can make it work. And if I do, I'll continue the video. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, that I've never known Microsoft to say that, but I've also seen them do it too. But yeah, it's just weird. Why would... Then again, now we have to wonder if Microsoft is not getting a kickback from all of these computer manufacturers for forcing everyone to buy new computers. Good question, huh? So, all right, let me tinker with this and see what we can do. Stop. It's wanting to zoom. So according to the comments, the hacks that I just tried only works for a clean install. Well, that would make sense. So, but let me pedal around and see if I can find an upgrade option that does work. So since it would not install as an upgrade, we're going to try and install it as a clean install. That is the logo for Windows 11, but we don't know if it's going to install. So we're going to give it a try. As you see, it's reading the disk information. Hopefully it'll let me go past, since this is the development copy and not the official copy. I assume that once the official copy is released to the public, you won't be able to do this. So hopefully Microsoft wises up and says, yeah, if we cut it back too far like that, it's going to cause more problems. But then again, this computer does not have the TPM2 chip. It does have the RAM, does not have a meeting or a qualifying processor. So we're just going to see. It may or may not install, but I'm hoping it does install because I want to show that local accounts still do exist. I've had everyone tell me that no, you can't do that, and I'm saying yes, you can. So I don't have a product key because it's development mode. We're going to use the Home Edition. Okay, and then we're back to this PC can't run on Windows 11. So I might have to find something else to use for this test, but I wanted to show that you can create a local account on Windows 11 during the startup. You are not mandated to have a Microsoft account as of yet. That's not to say later on you won't. So people will need to make a decision on if they wish to sacrifice their personal data to Microsoft, by creating a Microsoft account, or if they're going to jump ship and go to Mint, Linux. What's some of the other ones? Mint's one of my more favorite. Ubuntu, or even with Apple, you have to have an Apple account. With Google Chromebooks, you have to have a Google Chrome account. So, I mean, everyone's going this way. Microsoft was probably one of the last holdouts. Now they're going to force you to do it. No. So if I can find a way of doing local accounts, and there might be a way after it's installed to do it, that's what we're going to do. So that's it for now until I figure out how to install this on an actual machine. Alright, so obviously the Dell was not going to take the upgrade because it's just too old. But I had a laptop here that I had bought back. Someone had bought it and then they changed their mind. It was within 2 weeks, so it was no big deal. So this one says it's going to be able to do the upgrade. So let's see. This computer, as we set with all computers when we sell them for refurbished, is set with a local account. So let's see if we can trip it to stay in the local mode. So we're going to accept. So this one is a, there it is, an HP 15. It's an older laptop, but it has the i5 processor in it, dual core, 8 gigs of RAM, a 750 gig hard drive. Yeah, I know, current market price $475. That's what it said. Yeah, we'll see. But here we go. It's going to go through and do its stuff. When we get to the point of where we're forced to make an account, I'm going to disable the Wi-Fi if I can, go back one and see if it will allow me to do a local account. Now, as Explaining Computers mentioned to me in my comment to them, and they viewed my video, he said, well, you're probably using an earlier insider preview of the image. Yes, that is correct. In fact, every time we upgrade a computer from Windows 7 or Windows 8 to Windows 10, we always use the earliest version of the install to bypass a lot of problems. So we're going to wait and see what this does. Well, there it is. It says it's ready to install. So we're going to install Windows 11 on this computer, which is fine because I can put Windows 10 back on it. And we will now wait and see. It's got to get through the whole process of installing Windows 11 first, and then it will ask me to create a Microsoft account, and I'm going to see if I can disable it at that point. So see what happens when I'm not watching. So this was an upgrade from Windows 10 to a Windows 11, and you see it went through, and that's perfectly fine. But what I wanted to show you here is see if I can find it now, because I'm not as quick on this one as I am on Windows 10. So I'm in the owner, all apps, account, control panel works because it'll take me to where I gotta go, and we want to look at user accounts, and it should take me over to, yep, and there, look, it says local account from a Windows 10 upgrade with a local account. So yes, it does. Windows 11 does do local accounts. Now on a fresh install, which will probably be the next video, on a fresh install, I think you have to tell it. But if your computer already has a local account and it upgrades to Windows 11, it will keep the local account so far. So I just want to throw that out there.